Yo, what is good, YouTube? Welcome back to another JC2K video. In today's video, we are going to be taking a look at what is legitimately the craziest all-star team-up game that has likely been played all year in NBA 2K26 My Team, and maybe ever will be played. This game was bizarre. It was insane, legitimately, and I hope y'all do enjoy the video. It's a ridiculous game and a long game for an all-star team-up game, but I hope y'all do enjoy. I was playing with my buddy Carson, PDX Papermaker. He streams over on Twitch. I was playing team-up with him last night. I wish I had the raw audio because his stream, the VOD, does not include Discord audio. If it did, I would just play all the raw audio and let y'all listen to this game, because I'm not kidding y'all when I say this is one of the greatest games of 2K that I have ever played ever. And I'm not talking about my own performance, I'm talking about just in terms of the way the game went. This was wild. Versus Eggnog, who's another Twitch streamer, makes YouTube content as well. And his team, he's doing a huge subathon over on Twitch. Eggnog is, and he was out here with his team. Got a sweaty game here in All-Star Team-Up, and honestly, this is the beauty of All-Star Team-Up, is you get two teams of people where you actually have like teams of 5 who are talking to each other in Discord and like know how to play the game. You know what I mean? I'm just playing with Carson and some of the other people from his stream, just hanging out and having fun. But I was on Rex Chapman, and then we also had Klay Thompson, we had PJ Brown, and we had Jack Sigma, and then we had free agent Shea at our point guard position on accident. That wasn't the goal. Alex, who's Gaza, Alex was supposed to be on KD, but for whatever reason, the matchup stuff in All-Star Team-Up doesn't always work properly. So I don't know why, but he ends up on SGA, which isn't ideal, but it winds up being, I mean, at the end of the day, it kind of is what it is. He's going to sit in the corner regardless. So keep in mind, I am Rex Chapman. I am not the person who is on screen. This is Carson. He is on Klay. But I am Rex Chapman. I scored a 3 first possession of the game, so just try to keep that in mind. This is from a different perspective. I wasn't recording this game. This is the best I have, and I know the quality isn't unbelievable for the video, but I hope it's good enough. Their Jack Sigma, Wildest, was hooping. He was playing really, really well this game. I think he wound up with like 28 points, had an absolutely awesome game. And we wound up, I mean, I'll say this, at the end of the day, this is not like a competitive game or anything by any means. It just wound up being a crazy game. You'll notice Twiz misses there with PJ Brown. That may or may not have been the only 3 he missed with PJ Brown all game, though. PJ Brown having to come up clutch. Pretty decent contest, actually, from Carson, but unfortunately, like I said, Wildest on his Jack Sigma played really, really good this game, and he does knock down another 3, and just like that, 8-3 lead for them, nice and quick. Honestly, Carson wrapped way too high there probably, and then shot a contested shot. I don't know why he shot that. I don't know what was going on there. What was the thought process on that shot selection? I have no idea. Again, like I said, this is not a competitive game. This is just a game we were playing for fun, but it turned into a ridiculously close game, and of course, y'all will see what I mean as we progress through the video. Reset it out here. Spacing wasn't good there. SGA could have been spaced more to the corner, but you know what? It winds up in an open 3 nonetheless. Swing it to the corner to Klay. He knocks it down, and it winds up being a bucket and a 2-point game. Steal forced by your boy. JC coming up with the steal. Rex Chapman in transition into Sigma. He would have had an easy dunk, but he kicks to the corner, and it turns into a 3-pointer. So you know what? 3 is better than 2, and that is a lead just like that for our team. First one of the game. This game was what All-Star Team-Up is supposed to be. A fun mode where you get competitive games against teams of other people who like know each other and like can get a lot of like competitive fun games. It's basically My Team Rec, you know what I mean? I think it's super cool, and I think it's a mode that is really, really neat when it's played the way that we want to play it. The thing that I don't understand right now, not a great shot on the pop there, but PJ Brown comes out from the corner, gets himself a rebound and a dunk. We'll take that. The thing that I don't understand with this mode as of right now is why there's no play with friends option for Team Up, because that's literally where Team Up is at its best, is when you can have like content creators or streamers or whoever else it may be, even just people in the community who have friends, when you can play with your friends and then also play against other people in the community. And again, another shot was Sigma. I mean, this dude Wildest was hooping with Jack Sigma. Another lightly 3-ball goes down. He is I think got 9 of their 14 points or whatever already. Speaking of having 9 of the points, Carson with his 3rd 3 of the game already with Klay Thompson knocks another one down, ties it right back up at 14. But like I was saying, I do think that overall, dude, this Sigma, 4 for 4 from 3 of them being lightlies. I mean, goodness gracious. I don't even know, bro. Some of these shots he's making are crazy. I just walked into a bump steal. I did not mean to do that little hezzy animation that I did. That was not my intention. And then Giannis on the backdoor gets a dunk, and it's a 5-point game. That was kind of my fault. I walked right into a steal with Rex Chapman. I didn't mean to do that there. That's my bad. But again, would really like to have play with friends, because the flexibility of being able to do stuff like this on purpose would be really, really fun when it comes to content, especially live streaming and stuff like that. Being able to play against other people and play against other teams, run tournaments on this mode, all that type of thing would be really, really cool. You're a little bit limited in terms of what you can do with it right now because of the fact that you can only go online into random matchmaking, and most of the time, the problem with that random matchmaking is that more often than not, by the way, Sports Geek was shooting with the button this game. He winds up later on in this all-star team-up session that we had last night, switching to the stick. He was shooting way better with the stick with Sigma than he was with the button. But Giannis right here attacking PJ Brown. Eggnog had a solid game with Giannis, but that was not a great take, I wouldn't say by any means. And Carson gets the board, swings it over to me. We're gonna push the floor with Rex Chapman all the way to the rim. Rex Chapman with the stick dunk, and Sexy Rexy getting himself continuing to be involved. I really like this Rex Chapman card. He was gonna be my lead ball handler, or our lead ball handler, of course, in this game, and I feel like I did a really good job with Rex. Wound up, I don't know if Carson ever shows the stats, but I could pull up the screenshot here at the end of the video of what the end stats wound up being, so stick around for that if y'all want, or I guess if you want to see the stats, you could skip to the end, but you'll miss a ridiculous game if you do that. I will say this game, I mean, is wild. But again, Carson with another open catch here. Clay with the dribble penetration. Sigma, that's honestly not the worst pass ever, but Peta swung really well with Mike Conley. He wound up with 18 assists with Mike Conley, by the way. Peta, who was the person who was playing on Mike Conley, did. So pretty impressive stuff by him, being a real distributor, being very patient. Rex Chapman again, another dribble drive, turn the corner again, and get another angle to the rim. If you can get that clear path, especially with a guy like Rex who has that 95 driving dunk, it's going to be really hard to get stopped with those stick dunks if you can get any sort of clear path to the rim. Giannis onto Antetokounmpo fading threes. 65 three ball, and Eggnog is out here hitting a fade to the corner. That is a really nice shot, wide open or not. That's a pretty impressive shot. Another dribble drive for Rex Chapman. We hit the corner again. They're jumping at the hash at it this time, and unfortunately Carson is unable to hit from the hash. I like the aggressiveness there. May have been a slight force maybe, but I do certainly respect the aggressiveness. Not bad defense there. Again, just contest and try not to get rim ran, contest the fade. Perfect job by Twiz, and little Rex Chapman comes out of there with the board. You see us fighting. Stop on the break, pop on the brakes. Rex Chapman, green bean, does get crabbed on Danny Granger. We knocked down another three, which cuts it again to a 3-point game. I think that's I think I got like 11 points in the first half, something like that. Not too bad at all. Definitely out here contributing like I would want to. He gets a rim run, and it's just it just can't close out as hard as Twiz did there on Giannis. You gotta be playing the rim more than you play the jump shot. Unfortunately, didn't do that in that situation. That's okay. Again, like I said, we're playing at the end of the day this game for fun, and all these games, like we're trying to get to 100 wins or whatever. But at the end of the day, just playing for fun. Like this is not a competitive game. This isn't a tournament. Who cares about all that? This was just a fun game. That's what this mode has the ability to be, and it's what I really enjoy about this mode, honestly. So we will skip forward here in the second half. We are far from over with this game. I will tell you all this might be a little bit of a long video, but another shot where, again, Sports Geek with the button, struggling to time shots with Jack Sigma and unable to hit again, unfortunately. I'll be honest, Carson definitely just left their Clay absolutely wide open in the corner, and they didn't take it. And then, I don't know, I'm not gonna lie, that was probably a smart foul by Peta. You see how open their Clay is? If Eggnog just throws it to the corner, oh my gosh. Freest dunk ever. And then also we have a 5-on-3 here. Sigma's wide open, Clay streaking down the lane. I'm getting dribble penetration. There's gonna be, there's stuff open across the court. So good foul by Peta right there to stop the break. That was the play where I knew it was like, okay, so this game's being treated a little bit differently than your average team-up game. I think at this point both of us wanted to win. Obviously Carson's streaming this game, Eggnog streaming this game. Obviously I make content as well. I don't want to lose at this point, right? So I think we're both teams at this point are starting to focus up, starting to try to be a little more locked in, and I swing it to the hash. Carson really probably should have won more this pass to the corner. If it, like this pass right here probably should be a touch pass to the corner. Doesn't really matter. Not a big deal. They rotate up well with Danny Granger, do get a contest from the side. It's pretty good defense right there. I don't think Carson was anticipating that anyway. It's fine. It's not a big deal at all by any means, obviously. And then Mike Conley goes right by me and gets done for a dunk. Just that's bad lateral defense by me. I cannot be getting beat that easily off the dribble. I didn't make him do anything. I just let him run right past me. So that's on me. Immediately miss a dunk, which is annoying, frustrating. A little bit of a force though. Sigma was down there. It's kind of on me. Luckily he misses right back, so it's okay. It doesn't wind up mattering, but still on me. Another rim run. if I remember correctly. Yeah, I go right back to the rim again, and I miss again. I miss 2 in a row. And at this point, I'm like, oh no, I'm selling my team. What happened there, I don't know, but you know what? It turns into a steal. Carson gets the weirdest dive animation ever. The corner was wide open, and it just turns into a fluke, and I'll take it. You know what? We get points. Luckily, we're still only down by 5. I missed 2 stick dunks in a row, kind of forced them, and luckily, it didn't wind up costing us too much. Giannis misses the open 3 ball again. Don't trust him to be a super consistent shooter by any means. And we are right back to a 5-point deficit with the ball. And Rex Chapman, again, going to try to push the ball, get to some dribble penetration. They're in a zone defense, obviously, as you can see. So my goal is to make sure we get some good spacing, get my center come space to me, get the floor spaced properly. And Mike Conley is just not tall enough to contest Klay Thompson. I love the confidence with Carson, with one of the best shooters in the game, stick shooting that, catch and shoot with the no dip with Klay Thompson, and he drills it. Again, don't get blown by here by Mike Conley is my biggest thing here. Make him work and not just easily get to the rim. And you know what? Carson helps me really well there. Does a good job of getting a little bit of a auxiliary contest, which makes it easier for sure. Right here, I'm spacing out, and Sports Geek cuts perfectly. Really nice cut by Sports Geek to the rim, because with Jack Sigma being forced, y'all know, with Jack Sigma, their Sigma being forced to help out on me there and being switched onto me, obviously he'd like to switch back to Sigma, but if his Sigma cuts through as I'm backing out, they can't really switch that back. And it creates that backdoor cut mismatch with us, our Sigma on their Klay, and gives us an inside bucket, which again cuts it to now a 2-point game. Oh, actually, no, that tied the game. That didn't cut it to a 2-point game. What am I saying? Eggnog with another standing dunk. It does give them the lead again, but 3 minutes left in this game. At this point, it's like, these All-Star Teamup games are quick. You got to keep that in mind. We have 3 minutes left in this entire game, and Twiz hits a huge 3 with PJ Brown. I told y'all he came up huge in this game, and there's the first of a couple. Knocking down a huge corner 3 with 73 3 ball. PJ Brown giving us the lead. Big shot by Twiz. All right, I had to sip my water real quick. I apologize. Giannis, but posting up, I don't know what I was doing. I'm not even gonna lie. What was I doing? Legitimately, let's go back and look. Watch me. What am I doing? Where am I going? Who am I guarding? Why am I hedging to here? I'm a small point guard. What am I doing? I'm an idiot. The worst defense ever. I should be cut from my own team. Like, what am I doing? That's just awful. Unfortunately, we are back down by 2 because I just gave up a wide open 3 for no reason, playing the worst defense in the world. But Carson wraps perfectly to Mike Conley's side. My whole goal there with them in the zone was to make sure that Carson was on Mike Conley's side, because again, Conley just can't contest Klay Thompson, and that leads to another easy no dip catch and shoot 3. Unfortunately, our Sigma gets stuck, and their Sigma gets like his 5th or 6th catch and shoot 3 ball of the game to go down. That one's open. He's green like 4 lightlies or 3 lightlies, so that's not a huge shock. Good pass right there from Alex to Klay with another 3 ball. Carson with 6 threes on 6 of 9 from 3 in this game so far. Absolutely playing great. How do I get blown by so easily? My defense sucks, man. I'm selling the team on defense right now as we're closing out this regulation period. Definitely should have played better defense down the stretch, no doubt about that. But we reset our pop here. Low-key, almost a sketchy pass, but dribble drive to the rim. Rex Chapman stick dunking with take is going to be pretty much automatic with a rim running takeover. And we retake the lead up by 1 again. 1:37 left in the second half. Will this be it? Oh, just spoiler alert, no. That being said, could I get a stop? Apparently not either. I'm just making it way too easy on him right now. Mike Conley right past me again for another bucket, unfortunately. Again, offensively, I'm scoring the ball pretty well. Defensively, debatable. Again, rim running takeover. Mike Conley's got a 54 interior. We have a height advantage with Rex Chapman. I just hop step towards the rim and go up. It wasn't the prettiest offense ever, but it's 2 more points. And at the end of the day, you got to take advantage of that. Right there, I grabbed at Twiz because you can't get the slip to Giannis because he can't shoot. You can't let him get behind you ever. That being said, Twiz comes right back down and redeems himself. He gave the slip to Giannis, but he drills the corner 3 with PJ Brown. Beautiful stuff right there. And I think that's the last slip he gave up to Giannis the rest of the game as well, which was perfect stuff. Beautiful adjustment right there. But drilling that 3 again with PJ is huge. Another very, very big 3-point opportunity that is knocked down. Giannis with a questionable 3-point attempt with only a 65 3-ball rating, and then he's out of bounds as the pass is reset back out to him. And that's a 2-point lead with the ball with 47 seconds left. This is where you think a bucket right here kind of seals, or maybe not, doesn't seal the game, but definitely puts you in a really good position to win this game. You get a rim run to the rim. and bail out of the pass, and it's a turnover for a free dunk, and just like that, it goes from a 2-point lead with the ball to a mistake, I guess, by me. I mean, that wasn't a very good bailout pass. I fully am aware of that, and unfortunately, it's costly. It winds up being in a situation where we can't do much about it. Backing it out here, 22 seconds left. Dribble drive again into the paint, out to the corner, wide open again, and Twiz with a freaking another 3-ball. I told y'all, PJ Brown coming up huge down the stretch. 3 3-balls in the last 3 minutes of regulation, giving us a 3-point lead. Right here, I am like, you can have the 2. You can have the 2. I'm closing out hard with Rex Chapman. He gets a bump. We're closing out. 1 second left. Game over, right? Game over, right? Nope. Foul call. Nope. Foul call. It can't be easy. You'd think that'd be a contest right there, but unfortunately, that is a foul call, and I will save y'all the time. He makes all 3 free throws, and we are going to overtime because 0.3 seconds left is not enough time to do anything besides try to guess for a lob, and it doesn't work anyway. So we win the opening tip-off for the first overtime, and again, here let's look at some stats real quickly. At the end of regulation, 14 points, 8 assists. 18 points on 6 of 9 from 3 for Carson, 11 points on 3 of 4, 3 threes in the last 3 minutes for Twiz, and then Sports Geek has 2 dunks, and Alex has not scored, but that's okay. Nothing wrong with that. He's playing his role-playing defense. Peter's got 9 and 12. Eggnog has 14. Wildest has 18 for their team. I think I ended up with a lot more than 14 points, if I remember correctly. Not sure why Sports Geek didn't shoot that. I have no idea. He's wide open with Jack Sigma. That is hesitation that I do not want to see. But he comes out and stick shoots this next one. And after that, I was like, dude, just stick shoot with Sigma. That was so much smoother. And he shoots it with confidence, knocks it down, and big mid-range shot for Jack Sigma. And we go right back into the defensive end of the court. Again, try not to go up a back door here. Kind of ball watching a little bit. Clay was low-key open on the back door, and of course I get beaten off the dribble again. I think that's the last bucket I actually gave up this game in terms of points to Mike Conley, but I have to say, defensively, not a impressive game by your boy. Getting blown by way too easily without putting up bunch resistance a couple of different times. Right to that rim, Rex Chapman with that 95 driving dunk, getting his first bucket in overtime. And we retake ourselves a lead. Again, pick and pop to Wellos, jumping. Probably didn't really need to jump with Sigma there, honestly, but I understand why he did with how confidently Wellos has been shooting the ball with Sigma throughout this game. With 55 seconds left here, again, I'm trying to potentially get a bucket if I can. I dot the corner, and Carson was wide open on the hash, just wide open, and unfortunately we didn't get it to him at the right spot, and then I miss a layup. I tried to stick dunk because I had rim running takeover, and it didn't let me stick dunk, and I missed the layup, and it just wound up being really unfortunate there. I swung it to the corner, and then Carson was wide open from the hash, and the corner reset it to me instead of swinging it to the hash. Just unfortunately didn't quite wind up being taking advantage of what was open there. But right back to the rim, standing dunk again, easy bucket, gets us right back to a tie game. 28 seconds left here in overtime. Again, this is you get a stop, you have a chance to score, you win the game. Unfortunately, fortunately, we get a stop, which is great. 18 seconds left, and it's like, okay, here, hold for last. We get last shot, this is perfect. I kind of screwed this up, though, because I told Sports Geek to slip. I wanted him to set the screen a little bit later, like come back here and then set it, but then at this point, I tell him to slip. He slips, and he slips into my space. It's just, it doesn't wind up spacing out the floor right. And then I get the rebound, I green the layup, and I get it blocked. It's just, I don't know. Going to a second overtime, I guess, is what the takeaway is at the end of the day. Unfortunately, we wasted that final opportunity right there to get a game winner. That was my fault. I just don't think I don't think I did what I needed to do there, unfortunately, as well. Giannis tries to pass the ball, almost turns it over, gets it back, and gets like a weird reverse layup to go in, gets himself a bucket nonetheless, though. And just like that, it is a 2-point lead that I immediately erase with yet another stick dunk. We are getting to those rim runs at this point with Rex Chapman. That is going to be a big part of the offense. Twiz did give up one more slip this game, I guess. He gave up that slip right there, to be honest, but that one's okay. Again, it's just like, you just got to be below him at all times. You know what I mean? That's the most important thing. You can't let Giannis get behind you, especially in early game Giannis like this that really isn't a big threat as a shooter. Dribble drive again with Rex Chapman, try to split, and then again, I think I go baseline, right? Yeah, I go baseline. I pump fake and reset to the opposite corner to Alex, and then it winds up just ugly possession. Just floor wasn't quite how it needed to be spaced. It just didn't wind up being I probably didn't throw the right pass. Just didn't wind up working out overall offensively, that possession. And then Sigma backdoor cuts. It's a 4-point game, and now we are down by 4 with less than a minute left in the second overtime. So this is not great. Pump fake here, and then I get blocked. And at this point, it's like, okay, game's probably over, right? Like this, I thought I got Sigma off the ground. I got him to jump. I thought I had a free layup. Somehow he gets back up and gets a block on it. And unfortunately, that's that. Or is it steal, bump steal, Rex Chapman with the dunk, and all of a sudden we're right back in the game. 1 stop and 1 bucket, and we can win this thing. Downhill to the rim, Jack Sigma, dribble handoff to Mike Conley. Mike Conley loops all the way around and is kind of caged, but somehow Sigma is able to slip free to the rim and give them a 4-point lead with 18 seconds left. Rim run here with Rex Chapman. We hit our run around, and I don't even know. I just ran around and nothing there. Wound up as a kicked ball, thankfully, which could have been worse, honestly, because that could have easily probably been a bump steal and a turnover. But again, 12.6 seconds left, down by 4. At this point, it's like, okay, this is probably going to be a tough one. I go downhill. I'm just like, okay, I'm taking my dunk. So I take the dunk, get points as fast as we possibly can. Need to foul here, and they have to call a timeout. I think they low-key could have gotten the ball inbounded, but they call a timeout to advance the ball, which makes sense. They advance the ball. They get into Eggnog, and Eggnog gets fouled. Now, that's our one to give. So we have to foul again here with 7.3 seconds left to send them to the free throw line. Almost get a steal. Unfortunately, Alex is unable to play that with SGA. That free agent SGA was kind of in front, but he didn't get the steal. And now he misses the first free throw with Clay. Freaking massive that there's Clay missed that first free throw. He greens the second one, but he missed the first one. Greener missed free throws this year. And just like that, 5.4 seconds left. They said in their stream they were going to foul. So they call another timeout. They're like, okay, we're going to foul, right? And that's what's going to happen. And we're ready to go until I guess we start actually playing. Not really sure. I flashed the ball. 4 seconds, swing it to Clay, catch, shoot, no dip, green. Oh my goodness gracious. Carson with his first makes its regulation, a massive shot, and then I'm not gonna lie, they got a pretty good look with Sigma. PJ Brown didn't jump and contest or anything, and somehow he misses it, shoots it late, doesn't get the stick to register, I don't know. And just like that, triple overtime in this all-star Teamup game. Somehow coming back from a 4-point deficit with 12 seconds left in the game, just like that. And PJ Brown with a freaking snatch block stop. That is huge to start off the third overtime period. And Rex Chapman to the backdoor cutter. Carson, catch, pump fake, reset, get the floor spaced out. Good. Now, Sigma comes to set a screen. I'm trying to go end around here, try to get to a corner, and I get a wide open fade. I just missed it. That's a shot I got a green. I got to a good look there. That's a shot that I really should be able to hit, unfortunately, but I'm not awesome with Rex Chapman's fade, to be honest. And then Sigma does the exact same slip, gets back to the rim again. He got that in overtime earlier, and he got that again there, unfortunately. So does retake a 2-point lead. Rex Chapman is just too athletic and too physical for Mike Conley in this matchup. Just been able to overpower him to the rim over and over again. Unfortunately, Sigma has had an incredible game for them as well with like 20-something points. So he does even itself out a bit. But we're right back at him. And again, doing the exact same thing, basically. Going through his body, kind of forcing a little bit, honestly. I didn't time the layup beater as well as I should have there. But it's a bucket nonetheless. And again, it's not pretty offense, but it's 2 points. So we'll take it. Rex Chapman getting him how we can get him, honestly, with his physicality and his slashing. That's one of the things that he is obviously best at, especially in this matchup. So again, good defense this time, really great defense. We boxed him off so well, cut off the runaround perfectly, and get to a bump steal, which then gets to an open 3, and he forced a little bit, honestly. Probably shouldn't have shot that, especially in a tie game. Like, oh, that's a tough shot. We get another chance at a game winner, though. 14 seconds left in this game. We are getting our second chance at a game winner now. And with 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, the backdoor cuts low key there, and they foul with 0.7. I'm not gonna lie, Carson said that he didn't see the time, which is unfortunate because I think he might have had Sigma if he had just dumped it in back there. But he said he didn't see the time until they fouled, which is unfortunate, honestly. He didn't realize he caught the ball with like 4 seconds left, but it is what it is. And so again, fourth overtime, tie ball game, 66-66, and I get bailed out. I was trying to hop step and not go up. I was trying to pump fake, just like hop step, pump fake, and he goes up. I don't know what he's doing. It is what it is. You know what I mean? It winds up being, it certainly could be worse, right? Like it certainly could be a lot worse. And we do wind up with a 68-66 lead and get points out of what was a unintentional and ugly take. So could be worse. Play the slip, good defense. Go under this screen right here, and Rex Chapman with another bump winds up with another steal. I don't know if that one was me defensively, but a steal nonetheless, and a 2-point lead with the ball. Minute 28 left. Rex Chapman, again, be patient with Rex. Hit our slip. Danny Granger jumps out of position. Sports Geek lays it in, and we have a 4-point lead with a minute 21 left. Now this is where a stop gives us a massive opportunity. They basically got to stop in this situation, and we were still able to come back and win. But at the same time, getting a stop up 2 possessions already with a minute left in the game would be perfect. And Rex Chapman, I'm not even gonna lie, I kind of played D this possession, boxed Mike Conley perfectly. They forced to put up a tough shot. PJ Brown with the board, and we are being patient now. Smart, patient offense, just get points. And we do exactly that with the rim run stick dunk from Rex Chapman. Sliding through to the rim, 48 seconds left. And just like that, man, we are in position to win this game. 6-point lead. Just got to play defense. Good job by Carson not jumping there. PJ Brown with the help defense gets a contest on Mike Conley. And just like that, that is going to do it for this game. We're going to come out of here with a 4 overtime wild win. Legitimately one of the craziest games of NBA 2K I have ever played in the 5+ years now that I've been playing 2K. I mean, legitimately a mind-blowing game. I hope y'all enjoyed this video as much as I enjoyed this game. I think that's unlikely because this was one of the more fun games I've played in a long time, just in terms of playing with the boys and playing a close game and all that type of stuff. But as y'all can see, 10.7 seconds left here. We just dribble out the clock, and this winds up being the final box score right here. 74-66, 34 points, 11 assists, 3 steals, and 2 rebounds on 14-22 from your boy. Carson puts up 21, Twiz with 3 huge threes, Sports Geek with multiple big buckets in overtime, and Alex playing defense, playing his role, even though he didn't score the ball, still had a solid game, I think, especially having to use free agent Shea. So with that being said, that was a fun game. I hope y'all did enjoy the video. May post more All-Star Team-Up stuff in the future, who knows. Y'all let me know though. This is the first All-Star Team-Up video I've ever posted, so let me know how y'all feel about this mode so far. I hope y'all did enjoy the video. If you did, make sure you hit that like button, leave a comment, and subscribe. I'll be back with more 2K content very, very soon, and I appreciate y'all. Peace.